Well, now, for those of you who may have sensitive constitutions or particular perturbations that make you so that you do not handle swearing or cussing, or if there are chillins around, please, ladies and gentlemen, whoever you are, leave the fucking room. For the rest of y'all, Ranty McFuckface got something to say. If y'all want my pictures, you can do so right here on the internet. All you got to do is take a screenshot. Okay? If we're out in public and you see me standing there, unless you ask me for my permission, understand something. Taking my picture is against the fucking law. It is public fucking property. Don't give a fuck. My image is my own personal property. When you do take my picture without my permission, you are breaking the law. Just going to put that shit out there. Secondarily, but more importantly, when you take somebody's picture, 3 red flags go off. 1, I don't know this motherfucker from Adam. 2, who the fuck are you? And 3, why the fuck are you taking pictures of me? There's no reason. Like I said, if you want to take a picture of me and we're out in public or whatever, ask my permission. Unless I have a wild hair up my ass and I have a fucking shit-ass day, I am more than likely going to turn around and say, sure, by all means, let me smile. Otherwise, don't be taking pictures of me. It's an irritation, as it were. Like, if you want a fucking picture of me, ask my permission to my face at that moment, or otherwise what you've just done is you've committed a fucking crime. It's called copyright infringement because my image is my own private property. If it's out here on the internet, you have every right to fucking take a screenshot. By all fucking means, it's on the fucking internet. But in public, out there, in the real motherfucking world, do not take somebody's picture. You're liable to get your fucking camera smashed. Holy shit on an altar, Tom. Jesus Christ on a motherfucking cracker. Frank, good to see you. Wild Country, have we met before? If so, by all means, salute. I just, I don't recognize your handle. No, I did not reach my destination. I am still in transient. However, I am much closer now. I'm more than halfway to my destination, we'll put it that way. 2/3 to be fair and sure, almost exact. Almost. Now, as I was said, if you are so much a jackass that you need to take my picture without my permission while out in public, I must assume that you are doing so for impropriety. Since that be the case, or rather the assumed case, my image being utilized by any other individual is unlawful and is subject to lawsuit. And I'll be more than happy to show you what I fucking mean. No, deleting it off your phone does not delete the image. It's still on your fucking phone. It's just how it works. Once you take a picture, it's on your phone for permanent. You cannot delete it completely. I do not know who you are, General, whatever your name is. But yeah, happy doodly, my gang. I'm all for it. Make America great again. I am happy for it. I want it. Trust me. Oh, well, shit. Why didn't you say that in the first place? Fuck. What's up, Tay? Shit. Oh, hey, cuz. Yeah, I was sitting at the old truck stop trying to get my brakes to cool down, and somebody come out to fucking woodwork decided, hey, I like the fucking cut of your jib. I'm gonna take a picture of you without your permission or even talking to you. Which in turn started the process of, if that picture is utilized for any fucking reason whatsoever without my permission, expect a lawsuit. Luke Mitchell. Good to see you. Welcome to your guard. Born a racer. Beaver Valley. Okay. 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 I gotta be certain because I had some fucking hinky shit come out the fucking woodwork on the way down here, and being where I'm going into, my particular physical image as it sits right now can be manipulated if it's done through anything other than a screenshot from online. Has to deal with how the fucking computers work and, shit like that. There's a reason behind it. There's an absolute reason behind you're not allowed to take my picture unless I give you, one, permission, or two, you take a screenshot from here on the fucking interwebs. Because you literally can't manipulate it from the interwebs. And secondarily, but more importantly, if you have my permission, then I cannot go after you. Specifically speaking, in a legality sense. However, this person unlawfully solicited my picture without my permission while I was inside of a locked vehicle. It's illegal in every fucking state in the union. I am a private citizen in the effort of the militia. It is not the same as I'm a public fucking servant. You get it? All right. Now, that being said, if I so much as fucking decide, hey, one day I'm gonna go be a fucking law enforcement officer, by all means, you can take all the fucking pictures you want at that point in time because I'm no longer a private citizen. However, you do not have the right to just outright take pictures of people because that shit could be used against them specifically in an unlawful or malicious manner. That's why these little platforms exist. So if you want a picture of somebody just for shits and gigglies of a picture, fine, you could do that right here. You could take a screenshot. Okay? If that's not the case, if you're trying to manipulate the picture for utilization later on in date in order to maliciously use that against me in some way, shape, or form, that is unlawful. It's called slander. And yes, you can be arrested for it, not just fucking sued. Any Hoosiers. Now that the fucking rant is over and the future reference bullshit, ladies and gentlemen, I open the Freedom Forum to you. By all means, enjoy yourselves. Sorry for my abrasive nature for the past couple of minutes. Y'all know how I get when I get ranty. Hmm. I may have to move my truck all of a sudden. Like, no, no, I don't think I do. All right. You know, back in the day, beavers were actually called head covers because that's your cover right there. Oh, Lord. Do here says what's going to fucking happen next. I'm going to pull in here to go and fucking get some relaxation and let my dog out to go run and take a piss, but I got this minor feeling like somebody going to try to fuck with me. Houdini's in the back. Um, Brother, you cannot fit that sumbitch in here. That's why I took the parking spot. The feller to my right makes it so you cannot get in here. Yep. Man, Joe Spink. Because I don't know who's going to be stupid, but I have a mighty expectation if somebody is. Whoever that was, they went storming off like they had a fucking fire lit under their ass. Quite possibly. All I know is somebody got out of their truck real mad just now. I ain't seen that kind of anger in a while. Oh, he must have found another parking spot or something because he came back and he wasn't mad no more. All right, I'm good with it. I ain't gonna be mad. I'm actually very happy about it. Hey, Ricky, how you doing? Um, yes, if you're a public servant, not if you are a private citizen. There's a difference. I was in the capacity of private citizen at the moment. I do know the law, Ricky. I do. Not happy about it. Trust me. Because I've seen way too many times that shit get used for untoward things. But at the same, I also want to get my face out there. As it stands, though, um, you'd actually be wrong about that. And I know it for a fact because the simple fact is that making a false accusation is illegal. And the fact of the matter is, you don't take somebody's picture unless you're going to use it for some sort of purpose. When you're wearing a fucking facial expression like that person in work, you could almost always guarantee it was not for being forwards. And like I said, that could be used in a court of law as to be slander. I don't mind you taking my picture. Just ask my permission first. Shit. That you're more than welcome to. It's an actual federal fucking law. I'm not a public servant. I am a private citizen who goes out and does public services. There's a difference. Public servants, yeah, by all means, you can take pictures of them wherever the fuck they are. Once they are in capacity of a private citizen, that's where the line lay. That's been proven out by a couple of different court cases in a couple of different states and been all the way to the top of the Supreme Court. You can look it up if you want. I know for a fact because I got my ass in trouble for taking pictures of an individual in public thinking the same damn thing. Right, within reasonable community standards and on public property. This was at a business, which is not a public property. It's actually a private property. It's not a tourist attraction that she was taking a picture of. She's taking a picture of me and my Suburban. And yes, it was explicitly prohibited by law. Also, the folks at the store there where I was at said that they were not. Nobody's allowed to take pictures of other people on that property because it is private property, even though it is a publicly serving business. Again, we can argue this all night. Simple fact of the matter is, I already went over this with the people that are the owners of the particular establishment I was at. I asked them, is there a situation here where, somebody could take my picture without me knowing this, that, or the other? Let me know. They said, no. We've got cameras around here that make it so that, that's the only thing that's even legal around here. We have it straight from the sheriff's department. Nobody's allowed to take your picture here. Again. So, and on top of that, I left my information with them in the case, in effect, that anything come of it. They said that those cameras are perfectly allowed to be utilized by me in a court of law. So there. Not to mention, I have a good reason for being paranoid about people taking my picture. My brother got fucking thrown under the bus, being accused by somebody who he fucking didn't even know about shit that was not okay. Over the same shit. So yeah, I got good reason to be like, no, you don't take my picture. Not without my permission. I got to know who you is. And I need a picture of you as well. It's called insurance. Not, I'm going to duck behind this here wall and take a picture of you around the wall. That's what we call shiesty. And yeah, it's all on candid camera. So anything that come of it, just remember filing false reports, especially when there's videographic evidence to the contrary. Well, that is a felony. Somebody having trouble getting up, yell. If so, I do apologize. That ain't my intention. Stopped at a truck stop specifically so I could relax. My nerves are shot. People done tried to fucking kill me more than one time on the road. And on top of that, done had enough. Honest to God, I'm just trying to get to where I'm going so that I can take care of business and perhaps, I don't know, help out a little bit. It's the whole fucking reason I do it. Yeah, woosah. Shit. Kelly, good to see you. Yeah, I've been thinking on it. Where do I know that truck from? Colorado plates. I can't see the fucking plate from here. Yo, I can't make out the characters anyways. My windshield's all mussed up again. Went and I got it cleaned up and then well, how am I? Frazzled. midget aliens with purple toenails, huh? Uh I don't know about all that. I know that the real alien invasion ain't gonna come from outer space none. Oh my fuck. Well, that explains a lot. Damn charter buses I've been seeing. Tay, you crazy. Salute, character. Good to see you. Yeah, no, I know she wasn't taking a picture of me for no good looks. I hope I didn't shatter her phone because I ain't paying for that shit. Houston, we have a problem, right? KP Heathen, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. All right, let's do cigarettes. I can't smoke no more. If I do, I'm going to turn green. So, if y'all don't agree with being falsely accused of horse shit, go ahead and give me one of them meme fingers in the chat. That is true. Woo. Yeah, except for the fact that, you identify as an illegal in this day and age and then turn around and Trump get into office and you get your ass deported. Oh, yes, that's the one. That's what we call the meme finger. If y'all didn't know, I took a meme that somebody else had created and then I added some text to it that said, "Behold, the meme finger." Yes, they's number one. That number one. I have a particular is a way about saying it was see that? Sit and spin. Yeah, Tucker Carlson crossing the border. He just left Moscow. Yeah, I got a feeling, dude, like Mad Chad. Thumbs down, fuck you, and that's all there is to. That is a perfectly acceptable greeting. As a matter of fact, it is one of the nicest things you could wish on somebody is to get fucked. Hope you hit the jackpot. Oh, I don't know about giving up my U.S. citizenship. There's one thing right there is like, I ain't gonna do that. I'll do a lot, but I won't do that. We do live in a clown world. I'm very astute. Uh, I don't even know how to say that right proper. I just, well, I'm too frazzled, brother. My brain don't work right now. And more like your northern neighbor there. Holy sweet Jesus! Somebody stop me! I'm just kidding. Don't stop me. Let me roll on through. No more trouble. No more pain. No more problems. Just let's all just get along. Surprise! What were it? Samuel L. Jackson. Surprise, motherfucker. Nah, I ain't in Texas yet. I'm on my way though. I'm now on the 25. The 25 freeway southbound. You probably put it all together there. Oh. See, this is what it's like to drive all the way from fucking Oregon to Texas. It takes 4 or 5 days if you ain't trying to kill yourself. And I'm not suicidal, y'all. I'm not into that whole self-deletion bullshit. Call me coward if you want, but uh. At least it's not on horseback. Yeah. Them bastards is crafty at both ends and dangerous around the middle. Oh, fucking still got shrapnel coming out of my head. It's just lovely. And little pieces of fucking black metal coming out of my head. Yep. Oh, hell, these boys are gonna get right hard and pissed off, I'm sure. Turn around and give me hell for fucking being parked where it is. I swear to God, I'm gonna be like, look, sort, you go park out front, cause I'm gonna be here all night. I ain't getting my damn truck towed. It's the only thing I got. Aside from my gun and my dog. Only things I got. Why am I going to Texas? Pictures. Independent press. I won't be taking pictures of folks, people at all. Taking pictures of the border. I'm taking videographication of the destruction they leave behind, and for that matter, maybe even going and volunteering my hands and my heart as aid. You know, warm body on the line. Yeah, ain't nothing nice in Texas. It's all trying to kill you. Just a matter of how quickly. Bro, dude, can't, you ain't gonna be able to park there. You're too long. Oh Lord. Well, Alice, all you gotta do is do like short round and get you some blocks for the bottoms of your feet. You strap on there and just drive like that. Evening, Billy. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. All your exes aren't in Texas. Well, that's probably a good purchase then, there, Alice. I wouldn't, I wouldn't, I wouldn't fucking hand a man a bucket of piss for the them new trucks on the road. Oh, I watched a feller in a brand new fucking pickup truck decide that he was going to do 95 down the road, and his engine exploded. At about exact the same time as I was sitting there on the phone with my cousin, I was like, "Oh shit, that fucking motor just blew up." Was doing 100 something miles an hour down the road, and then all of a sudden you just see this huge cloud of white smoke come out from behind him. I was like, "Ooh, that stinks." Them new trucks, they ain't worth a plug nickel. Well, at least he's got another trucker helping him out now. Hmm. I got nothing. Yeah, they don't operate very well without oil or antifreeze, or when there's oil in the antifreeze. And that thing went, boy, I tell you what, it looked like the whole back end of that truck come apart. A couple boom. I was like, oh shit. He just blew up. Yes, sir, Billy, I'm on the road. I'm in the middle of Colorado on the 25 southbound. I done tucked for the night because I'm not gonna try and drive even half drowsy. I know better. Almost ended up in a ditch the other day. No complications of lubricant. I'm Again, I got nothing. I'm trying to keep it PG, y'all. As much as I cuss, I'm trying to keep it PG. Yeah, they got parking in the rest stops, but you're only allowed to stay at them rest stops for a maximum of, I think it was 12 hours. Some of them are only 4 hours. Like in California, you only stay at a rest stop for a maximum of 4 hours. It don't make no damn sense. Their whole spiel is, we're trying to keep the crime down. I'm like, well, you're driving the crime down, but you're driving the accident rate up. Well done. Yeah, I stopped at one of the rest stops earlier today and just closed my eyes and laid back, went to sleep, and I was there for a good 8.5 hours, and there was a fucking cop sitting on the other side of the rest stop just watching me. Like, the whole watching me, then looking at his watch, then watching me, and then looking at his watch. I'm like, well, I'm out of here. I'm gone. Probably. Yummy tap water. Yeah, I don't have money for all that. I ain't playing with that. Hell, you know what? You can ask around. I don't mess around with all that. Um, I already got enough of that problem as it is. I got a dictator. Damn election frogs. They don't give me a dictator, and now I got an STD you can't get rid of. He's the whitehead in the office. See, I told you I come off the cuff with some funny shit. I ain't trying now. But every now and then I do have a good one. Oh, I might end up splurging and going and getting me a shower, though. I got enough road dust and fucking shrapnel in my hair that it feels like I got lice. It's not the case, but it's, it's pretty bad. The shrapnel coming out of my head is a mixture of lead, steel, and titanium. That happens when you work alongside folks in a machine shop. All right, now I know that was a joke, but it was a joke in deadly earnest. Yeah, with my luck, I find a motel like it. You're right. Fucking, this shit just does not want to come out of my scalp. Little fucking microscopic bits of fucking metal. Been picking them out of my head all day. Rip, what's up, brother? Good to see you. I got to be careful with my razor now because I've got pieces of shrapnel coming out of my face right here, too. Blew my mind. I pulled this chunk of steel out of my face. I was like, what? That's a big old chunk of metal. Like, where in the hell this come from? Oh, yeah. That's what happens when you're right next to a fucking propane tank that explodes. All right. Yeah, I'll help you out, dude. It's like, if I want crabs, I'll go to the damn beach. Go get an MRI and clean some of it out. The only problem is it ripped the freaking bar out of my jaw, too. Stainless steel isn't magnetic until you're in an MRI machine, and then it fucking hurts. So, yeah, Rip, when I was probably about 26, 27, my daddy was cooking chicken on the grill, and he wasn't paying close enough attention to the grill, and all of a sudden the back end of it just lit on fire, and it lit the hose on fire, and that fire sucked down in the tank. And when it sucked down in the tank, it was all I could do to just throw myself over top of him, and that motherfucker went off. And when I says he went off, I mean it went kaboom. There was pieces of steel flying everywhere. The only piece that I knew of was something about the size of a BB got lodged down next to my hip bone in my back. That was the only piece I knew of at the time, but now apparently there's all sorts of pieces coming out my scalp and coming out my back and just moving themselves out of me, you know. So, yeah, I got pieces of steel fucking coming out of my hair. And I've got a titanium plate at the top of my skull that I've had there since I was 15, or no, 25. And so where the pieces of steel from the explosion hit me in the top of the head, of course, there's little bits of titanium that are coming off of that plate right there. So, yep, all sorts of fun. Not, especially when you're driving and all of a sudden you get this itch in your back and you go and you scratch it and you feel something drop down your back and you're like, ow, fuck, ow, what is that? Little bits of metal, like little tiny fucking bits of metal. Yep, it's February. Time to start your gardens. Oh, come on. Piece of steel in my head. It still don't want to come out. It just itches like fucking crazy. Yeah, so that was see here, I'm 36 now, so that was 10 years ago. Seems about right. About time that metal starts working its way out through my skin. And little pieces of rust too. Just not big pieces of metal, just little pieces of rust. Lots of fucking fun. Not really. All right, I'm gonna turn off the old motor. Let her butt. Just to mess with them. What happened? My buzzer got stuck in your hair. Yeah, no. There's more than one reason why I ain't gotten a haircut in for freaking ever. That actually happened once. I was sitting there, I was getting a proper fade, 1.5 on top, 0 on the sides, and he was doing the 0 up, and his fucking the jaws of that thing caught, and he pulls it out. He's like, "Are you a metal worker?" After a fashion, yeah. Why? Because I just pulled a piece of steel out of your head. Oh, nice. But yeah, it was to the back and a little bit on the top, just on the back and top of my head. I was fucking bleeding all over the fucking place. Didn't even realize I'd gotten cut up from all hell. My head was caked in fucking blood. And my dad, he was like, "Holy shit, son, I'm sorry. What the fuck?" And I'm sitting there like, "Oh, it ain't no big thing. Are you all right?" And he's sitting there. He's got a couple of pieces of steel coming out of his arm and shit. But, he avoided most of it. It fucking destroyed that whole damn barbecue. Like, there was chicken and chicken bone pieces and pieces of steel stuck in places that I didn't even know was possible. And back into the freaking the whole thing where the tank was sitting was just it looked like somebody had set off a stick of dynamite in it. It just went runt. It was interesting, to say the least. Now I don't know where the lead came from, but I did pull a piece of lead out of my scalp, and that was kind of weird. Now I know it was lead because I took a knife to it and tried to shave it, and it just cut like butter. Yeah, it was almost a Darwin Award, damn it. No, we didn't even get to eat. There, like I said, there was chicken everywhere. Ended up having to fight the cats over it. Yeah, that was in Blythe. And maybe that's where the lead came from. Like, it just was some of the splashback from the ground or something. There's a lot of galena in the ground out there. So maybe, I don't know. All I do know is that it hurt a lot, and I'm still picking pieces out of my scalp, and it takes a special shampoo to make it so it don't hurt and don't itch like a sunbitch. And like I said, as I pulled one, it's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can get in the camera here. Right there, I pulled a piece of steel out about 2 days ago while I was on the road. I was just sitting there, and I was picking at it, and all of a sudden it just went, doink. Like, huh? Just like, well, the gift that keeps on giving, shrapnel. Oh, yeah, things I went through in my life. Most folks turn around and say, "Oh, that's not possible," and I'd look at them like, "Are you stupid or something, or do you just play a retard on TV?" Blivs don't do that. Well, that one did. What? You ain't never heard of a one-off? I tend to have a lot of them. Starting to look like they're not so much one-offs. I'm wondering if I can get this piece of steel to come out of the back of my head. I can just show you guys. Like, I ain't fucking around. It's actually little fucking tiny flakes of steel. And when I say little tiny flakes, it's almost like it comes from my forge, but I know it don't. Because I wear a hat while I'm forging. Come on, motherfucker. Come out. I can't get it out of my scalp. All sorts of pieces in the top of my scalp and shit. I'm just sitting here picking at them. Oh, there's one. Purple chicken heart from Colonel Sanders. Yeah, in the right conditions, an LP tank will make a large hole, and we was running out of gas. If that means anything to anybody. It was running low on gas already. I call myself lucky that I saw what was going on because my dad was standing over the top of the grill as that flame sucked back inside. And it, like I says, all I had time for was just grab him and take him to the ground. Almost didn't have my dad, and he lived till I was 28, 29. Another 2 years after that. So yeah, I got another 2 years for my efforts. I really can't explain to you how much I love my dad. It's kind of hard to. That bond between father and son, the kind of bond between father and son where father and son are the best of friends right up until son's 10 years old, and then mama takes the son away, and then they finally get to go back and hang out again when he's 18 years old, and just again fast friends like that, not just father and son, but best friends. I'd have given the heart out of my chest for my dad. Nah, it wouldn't have done all that. It'd have just probably made a big ass freaking flamethrower. Funny enough, when it comes down to LP gas, it's not dangerous when you have a lot of LP gas in a tank. It's dangerous when you don't have very much at all. That's when it gets real dangerous. That's why, when you're running your grills, and I would say this to anybody who runs a grill with LP gas, make sure you top off your tanks. Make sure you grill with at least a half tank. Don't be sitting there grilling with a low tank. That shit gets fucking dangerous. And the reason why I knew that the flame was sucking back inside, there was a hole in the hose, and it caught fire. So yeah, definitely be careful about that shit. It's safe so long as you do it right. You make mistakes, you cut corners. That's how you end up hurt or worse. That's why I try not to cut too many damn corners when it comes down to things like that. Grill with a full tank, even on the little tanks. I grill with a full tank, and I try to refill my tanks before I go back to grill again. Nope, still ain't getting it out. Charcoal's better flavor. Yeah, charcoal's better flavor. It's got, higher temps, so you get a better sear. And the thermal relation from charcoal is just, in my opinion, it's better. Even though, I've heard all sorts of fucking tales of, oh, well, propane gas gets hotter and all that fun shit. Yeah, it gets hotter. It doesn't relate thermal temperature as well. It's funny how this works. The hotter something burns, the faster the surface of something will get hot. But when you're trying to relate thermal temperature, get that penetrative relation of thermal temperature, you want to use something that burns cooler. Who'd have thunk it? I don't know. Maybe a rocket scientist. I mean, I giggle, y'all, but yeah, I'm a rocket scientist. I almost was a rocket that day. Hey, everybody, it's science. Look. Rocket Man burning up this fuse up here alone. Yeah, consistent temperature, sure. You can tell there's a difference in flavor. There's a difference in thermal relation. Um, it has to do with the gases coming up off of it. It has to do with the temperature itself of the gas that is being exuded. It has to do with a whole bunch of different stuff. It's really hard to explain when I'm sitting here on my last on fumes, man. I'm trying to sit here, explaining freaking physics, and I'm tired. And I still got to let that out the back and go let him run around. Another fucking piece that's right under my skin right here on the. That's actually a pretty big piece. It itches like crazy. Most of these pieces of steel coming out of my hair, out of my head, they're so small they look like dust. Fuck. Yeah, that ain't coming out tonight. It just itches like crazy. Yeah, rednecks use LP to make moonshine. You're right. Back in the old days, they used to use a wood fire. Ask me how I know. A smoldering wood fire. Time to use that damn freaking shampoo, I'll tell you. Might have to go splurge on a freaking shower. Lovely. Pecan. That's good stuff right there. Pecan. Pecan. Pecking. If y'all know where that comes from, let me know in the chat. Pecking. That's what they call a pecking pie. Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm tired. I think here I is trying to let it go for another hour and whatnot. Hey, look at that. I actually got a piece to come out. Fucking microscopic little bastards. Now it's stuck in my hair. Sweating them out all night. Everybody that I've ever met, they're like, it's only one of two, man. It can only be one of two. It's not. I'm like, yeah, well, my granny, she called it pecking. She used to do it with a smile on her face, but she used to call it a pecking pie. So yeah, I've never actually tried cherry wood. I heard it was poisonous. Probably just somebody trying to tell me a fib so that they could get their access to the cherry wood, whereas I wouldn't. But I don't know. So what you're telling me is they was fibbing so that they had access to the cherry wood. So as I wouldn't, they lied at me. Oh, come on, motherfucker, come out. Oh, come on. You know I could do it. Yep. Little fucking bead of steel in my fingernail there. It's really fucking hard to see around everything else. But yeah, there's a little tiny bead of steel in my fingernail. Barely see the little motherfucker. Got to keep them moist. Just so long as they don't molder now. But you got to keep them moist when you're smoking with it. That is true. Texas is full of mesquite. Roll me one since I'm just sitting here. It's too hot down there. He says, well, beggars can't be choosers, right? You know me, I fucking hate the desert. Just going down there because, well, um, who else is gonna? And I mean, like, it's a matter of one more set of hands. Fuck, I hate having shrapnel in my hair. Well, it depends on what part of Southern California, cuz if you're talking about Blythe, yeah. Shit, you can cook a steak on a fucking cast iron skillet on the sidewalk. Middle of summer, especially. Stick a cast iron skillet out there on the sidewalk in the early morning. By 10:30 in the morning, you could have fried eggs. Guaranteed. By noon, you could cook a steak in that bastard. Of course, it'll have a lot of sand in it, but this is God's honest truth. You can fry a steak on the sidewalk. Yeah, Phoenix, you actually could. I've not just heard it. I've been to Phoenix, and yeah, God cursed that place. I know y'all know I don't necessarily. I'm not the biggest fan of the fucker. It doesn't mean I don't believe in the man and the entity. It's just not the biggest fan of the asshole. He took too many of my family for my time. A mesquite garlic charcoal. Now, see, there's something that I never thought I would hear all three words in the same sentence. What the hell even is that? Yeah, when your sneakers melt to the sidewalk, that's one of them moments you're like, whoa. Okay, it's hot. Yeah, there is that too. Well, but mind you, that's only the inner city ones, only the inner city folk. And on top of that, those are only the loud fuckers that you always hear about. There's still a lot of conservative folk out there. That being said, it's fucking Phoenix. What do you expect? I'm going to turn his light down. It's getting a little bit on my nerves. Oh, that's better. John Stone, welcome to the Guard. There we go. Hmm. Oh, that's better. An actual cigarette instead of them cowboy killers I've been smoking on for the last couple days. Yeah, cuz you're right about that. I do apologize for the noise, folks. Can't help it. I'm at a truck stop. You're probably correct in that, Billy. Oh, that is glorious. Yeah, since they ain't gonna ship them back, I agree, Frank. You're right about that. They should just ship them to all the commies. Hey, you commie bastards, guess what? Here you go. Put your Biden signs out in front of your house so that you can go ahead and accommodate everybody who's coming into the country illegally. No, they ain't gonna stop. It's just one of them things. It's not gonna it's not gonna stop. No, and honestly, I'm not entirely against it in one regards. All right, I'm against the illegal side of it. Come here legally, do the right way. Go through the right process and wait it out. Do it right. You're probably gonna stay here longer. You'll actually be able to do the whole asylum thing and righteous instead of, well, we're just gonna go there because Biden opened up the floodgates. Y'all do understand this is an election year. Biden has absolutely dick of a chance of winning, at least legally. If and he goes and does the other side of shit, well, you only got 4 more years. because they can't keep up the facade if they go and they pull another one. So, you're pissing in a freaking a live electrical outlet. I hope y'all know that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If any of us went illegally to another country, we would be dead or in prison because they would shoot your ass coming across that border. Not America, though. No. Land of the fee, home of the slave. Ugh. Yeah, well, the thing about that, Billy, um, you cannot replace what ain't dead and gone. So if we're not gone, just says it doesn't work. They're not replacing us, they're just pushing us out of the way. One thing I learned about Americans, don't push us around, son. It ain't going to work out for you. It just ain't going to work out for you. I mean, I'll put it this way. You push me, and I'm going to push back. I was born in this country. I live in this country. I die in this country. My granddaddy served this country honorably. I love this place, and I ain't letting go. Yes, sir, Billy. That is true. That is absolutely true. Um, our birth rate, our country's birth rates have been down for the last few years, and it's mostly to do with these mental health drugs and this whole trans epidemic. And I'm gonna call it what it is. It's a fucking epidemic. It is a mass delusion. And I know I'm gonna piss a whole lot of people off with that, but hey, I'm sorry for your butt hurt. I ain't sorry that I said it. God's honest. Before you go spouting that transphobia bullshit, let me just come out the woodwork with this. You fuckers don't scare me. You must be outside your mind. Don't fucking scare me. Yep. That's very succinct and true. Probably longer. Yeah, true that. Because you're right about that. They keep on letting them across. We won't need birth rates. We're going to need automatic gunfire. Lord. You know, I used to says to myself back when I was what are they Democrats mind. Nobody needs a full auto. Nobody needs one of these scary black rifles. Now I own a scary black rifle. And if I could, I'd have a full auto. If I could afford it. Have to freaking mortgage a house just to be able to get one. Funniest shit is that scary black rifle ain't even a real firearm. I think it's freaking hilarious. Damn thing looked like a damn Spies 12 and shit. I've had more than one person ask me, is that a shotgun? I'm like, no, it's not. See the dial? There's your sign. Yeah, I ain't scared of them. Shucks. I just wish I had the money to afford it. Hell, I'd already have me a full auto if I could afford it. Imported with the fun switch. Speaking of which, did you hear that a veteran, a fucking veteran of all people, somebody who understands the value of a armed populace, introduced a bill to Congress to ban AR-15s. Saying, and I quote, they are too similar to the weapon that I utilized in combat. End quote. Holy shit, I didn't know that you could have the ones the M4s. I didn't understand that you could have the fun switch on it. I thought that was only for like police and military personnel, former and serving. I smell a rat in a wood pile. And it ain't living. Right. You're absolutely right, cuz. They don't use the AR-15. They use the M16 M4A4 now. Used to be the M4A3. Well, and you know what? With that, I blame y'all. Because back in the day, they'd find all the rope in Texas in a tall old tree and they'd string them up for all the people to see, you know what it says. Later on, go get beer for their horses. God bless Willie Nelson. But you hear what I said. They didn't put up with that shit back in the day. Difference is, today we've become a bunch of nutless wonders. The strong are the few and far in between. Back in the day, if you even mentioned something like a gun ban, they would run your ass out on a rail, dump you into a vat full of tar, heated tar, then dump you out of that and cover you in chicken feathers and string you up to a tree. And folks wonder why as I'm sitting here like, what? Rope is environmentally friendly and cheaper than bullets. You know what's really ironic, cuz? Folks nowadays are paying upwards. I'm just putting that as a basis because I know it's well above this now. Upwards of 13% sales tax on things like meat and cheese. During the days of our founding fathers, meat and cheese were considered to be the standard ration of every soldier, and there was no tariff on it. Oh, another thing that back in the days of our founding fathers, and this is going to piss a whole lot of people off. You could smoke pot and walk down the street with your rifle on your back, your pistol on your hip, and a sword at full display, and nobody would say shit. Nowadays, you get popped with a fucking roach in your tray and you got a pistol, as a personal protective weapon. You're going to prison for a very long time. And folks wonder why his eyes get a little bit irate when they says, well, According to the Bruin decision, the history, text, and tradition of the Second Amendment states that this, that, and the other. I'm like, well, according to the Bruin decision, felons should have firearms. Crazy people should have firearms as long as they're not so fucking crazy that they go and, they can't fucking understand which end the bullets come out of. And on top of that, drug addicts should have firearms. According to the text, history, and tradition, every able-bodied citizen
You the parking attendant?
No, sir.
You ain't? All right.
Like I says, honest to a fault. Text, history, and tradition. Yep. $40 trillion in debt. And rising. Every day. Shit, every hour. Last I checked, I think it was $10 million per hour. That is out fucking rageous. You and I will never see that kind of money. I guarantee you this. You could be a fucking owner of a gold mine, the most you'll ever see out of that gold mine. $300,000. How do I know? I used to have a neighbor who was a gold miner. But hey, don't believe me. Check it out for yourself. Yeah, the law enforcement has been disarming us 24/7, 365 for decades. Now, did you know that even though, we've got all this stuff in place, the whole Bruin decision and all the rest of that fun shit, we got all that in place. Still to this day, the interpretation of the law is if you've committed a felony, you may not have a firearm ever again in your natural given life. If you've ever been accused of any form of psychosis, and I mean any form, that could be temporary psychosis for that matter. Temporary on the found in fact of, you don't necessarily get crazy all the time, but one time you had too many beers and you ended up in a drunk tank, and because you was a belligerent, you went and you struck somebody, and they fucking called it a psychosis. Well, now you can't have a firearm, and that is bullshit and unlawful according to the Supreme Court, not according to me. That is not according to Mr. Price. That is according to the fucking Supreme Court, the highest court in the land. And y'all wonder why, as I sit here like, yeah, it's a load of horse shit. The laws do not reflect the intention of the Bill of Rights. In fact, they reflect the exact opposing. Exactly, cuz. But you try and tell somebody that. You try and tell some fucker, hey, um, you need to sell me this gun. You know, and although I'm a prohibited person, legally speaking, you need to sell me this gun because according to the Bruin decision, according to text, history, and tradition, all adults over the age of 18 and before the age of 65 must be armed and capable, well trained. Those three things, which you cannot do without the apparatus. That gun store feller's going to tell you get the fuck out of his shop. You know why? Because as much as he agrees with you, he cannot sell you that firearm. And y'all wonder why I says it's all just a whole lot of horseshit. Oh, by the by, if you go and you try to purchase a firearm and you are a prohibited person, two things are going to happen. One, they are going to confiscate the money you went and took to go and purchase that firearm. Two, you are going to be arrested for attempting to purchase a firearm while being a prohibited person. Now tell me how that is according to the text, history, and tradition of the Second Amendment as it was written and as it was ratified. Oh, wait. Yeah, you're right, cuz. Government is like a fucking school kid that steals your pencil and sells it back to you at the fourth period. What was the Heller decision? Or no, not the Heller decision, the Miller decision. The Miller decision was a right that is what you call it? A right delayed is a right reduced. And to reduce any individual of their rights in the United States of America is unlawful. It is considered to be a violation of United States Constitutional Code, Title. Could be 10, it could be 14. Section 242 and Section 231 and 232. So yes, it's unlawful, and it's all in all of its purposes. It's unlawful across the board. That being said, you think that's going to stop anybody? You think that's going to stop somebody, you know, at this particular point in time from reducing your rights? I guarantee you, it ain't stopping shit. They will falsely accuse you of criminal activity just to make sure that you don't get. Ask me how I know. Better yet, don't ask me how I know. Go back and watch several videos. Do 3 laps and come back. Because I've explained it all before. They will accuse you of doing shit you ain't never had the intention of in the first place. And then they will ram that shit so far up your ass you won't be able to say no. Because you'll be too busy gritting your teeth from the pain. It's a good question, cuz. I think folks have gotten a little too damn comfortable. Kentucky Survival. What's up, motherfucker? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Here we is at, the end of the damn forum here. After the rant. But anywho, you got me for a few more minutes. Now, I'm sorry to leave a fucking sour taste in y'all's mouth, but in all truth, if it don't leave a sour taste in your mouth, there's something wrong with you. I am posted up at the moment, but I will be traveling in the morning. Kentucky. Eric. Good to see you, brother. Man, you just raunchy. You just raunchy. Current location is somewhere on the 25 freeway. Cause they's all assless. Ain't been a pair of chaps made to this day that don't have a fucking, a big ass hole right there. Now the question is, are they wearing pants underneath? Because if they ain't wearing pants underneath, then you got yourself a bit of a problem on your hands. You ever see a man walking around with a G-string on and a pair of chaps and nothing more than that but a smile? Turn around and walk the other way. I'm just gonna save you. I'm gonna save you a problem. Just turn around and walk the other way. All right. So now I'm spiraling downhill. Hard. Damn. Yeah. Oh, hey. That feller's gay. He's fabulous. Farmer's son prepping. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Yep. They are still coming across the border. Steady flow. Probably going to go down there and see just a fucking slew of nothing but trash from one end of the damn state to the other. And you know what they say is don't mess with Texas. I'm sorry, but if I sit there and I flick a cigarette, but I'm gonna get me a $10,000 fine. But these motherfuckers can strip down buck ass naked in front of children, leave their clothes on the side of the fucking road, slap on a new set of duds, and walk the fuck off, and ain't nothing the wiser. Don't mess with Texas, huh? More like, if you're an American, don't mess with Texas. But you fuckers from Mexico and all the rest of the places, China and whatnot, but by all means, fucking sling your shit everywhere. We don't care. Make me madder than an old red hen, I tell you. I already know I'm walking into a shit show. I'm praying to God that them folks down in Texas got the fucking gall to give me half a chance, because I'll prove my worth. Right? Isn't that right, Kentucky? Medium-sized state. Did you know that Los Angeles, the census on Los Angeles is 17 million people in the city of Los Angeles? Yeah, border is a shit situation, and it was planned out. And you're right, it's not an invasion, it is an invite. Because Biden don't know what the fuck, how to do a goddamn thing. He likes to sit there and be like, well, here, let me introduce more legislation, and more legislation, and more legislation, and sign off on more legislation, and sign off on more legislation. And then you can't do fuck all. Dude, what about the promised legislation of right to return fire? What they called the coal doctrine. Sorry, I says that wrong. Not cold, coal doctrine. Right to return fire. You know, average civilian, they get shot at, they gotta fucking run. They can't fucking shoot back. National Guard, they're not even allowed to raise their rifles at the moment. And y'all wonder why there's a fucking invasion at the southern border. I hate to break it to you, Farmer Son Prepping, but we ain't had representation for nigh on 60 years since before I was born. You can't read a teleprompter, let alone the bill he's signing, right? What the fuck is that? What did you just say? I'm sorry, I didn't understand the words coming out your mouth. Let me catch up with the chatio real quick. Yeah, it's Bizarro World. They can't do hands tied behind their back. Yep. Send that tapioca ice cream hair sniffing feed the ducks stale bread pond asshole Biden his purposes to the freaking yeah. Send his ass to the border and let him stand on the line there and say, no, you can't come in. Watch how quick we get our problems taken care of. I says it facetiously, but you know what I mean. Well, bank in Shelby Pass was robbed last Friday when all the cops were at the park. Did you hear about them four illegals that beat the shit out of a cop, left him for dead in fucking New York City? And them liberals are sitting there telling us, oh, we got to let more in. We got to let them all in. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for immigration. You're right. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for immigration. You know what? Difference is my family came here before it was made illegal to immigrate without papers. Back in the fucking 1800s. I don't know. I don't know how long I'm gonna be sitting down there, brother. Oh yeah, they probably did let them all walk, just because. Why not? Why not let them walk? Why not just let them the fuck in? Might as well. They've already been let the fuck in anyways. Told y'all. I don't know if I told y'all yesterday or not about the me seeing a feller and his wife looking like they was cartel members, and the old lady walking around with her couldn't have been more than a year-old child, like as if that kid were a fucking piece of luggage. Strapped up from the fucking floor up. But hey, just let them in. Tell you what, if my daddy treated me like that when I was a kid, when I was little, he'd have been in prison. I'd have never met the motherfucker. My mama treated me like that when I was little. I'd have been in the freaking system since I was like, old enough to freaking blow bubbles. So, yeah. I know what you meant there, Billy. Might not have been their kid. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that, I have not seen that amount of firepower, even in Utah, since I was knee high to a damn grasshopper. And one of my dad's best buddies, who happened to be a Marine, brought some of it to the gun range for us to go and shoot. That's saying some shit. Yeah, go and check out Muckraker. You're right. You're right about that, Eric. All I know is that where I come from, you walk around with a kid on your shoulder, ain't old enough to hold their neck up, and you walking around with them like they're a fucking suitcase. CPS is taking your ass to jail. But hey, they're not after the illegals. No, they're coming after you and me. I don't know whether to fucking go and hold my hand out to the Texas Rangers or hold my hand out to the people's militias down there, because I don't know who's going to be on whose side. You're right, cuz if we're going to get fucked, I want a dinner, roses, and foreplay, damn it. Yes, my dog is with me. Houdini is with me. You're right, Eric. CPS will take an American's kid for far less. Shit, you smack them on the hand. You smack a kid on the hand, says don't do that. And CPS will be so far up your ass you can smell their breath. But hey, I'm a paranoid delusional. I don't know shit. I'm just some crazy bastard that they let out of the asylum. Swear to God, man, if I could take these motherfuckers by the shirt and walk them through one of those fucking asylums, they would see the difference between me and someone who's actually crazy. They ain't never seen crazy. I've seen crazy. It's fucking scary. They don't know what crazy is. Crazy is so hopped up on fucking drugs they don't know their own name, and they don't know anything except for the fact that you owe them shit. Hey, wait a minute. That sounds like most of fucking my generation today. I was married to crazy. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, it all has to do with your income. I almost married crazy. Then I caught her cheating on me. Yes, sir. The border's going to be a point of no return. Absolute evil does walk the earth. You're too funny, man. You're too funny, Eric. And I know you ain't joking. That's why I think it's hilarious. Still just fucking skin. Yeah, y'all are right. The border already is. It's already a point of no return. Um, we are effect, ladies and gentlemen. Strap up, train fucking hard, like your life depends on it. Because trust me now, and believe me later, you're not gonna be meeting with them little flu purple hair fucking pansy ass motherfuckers. You're gonna be meeting with cartel members and operators. That's how it is. That's what is going to be coming. Train up, prep up, pray up. If you believe in God, get your mind right with God. If you don't believe in God, but you believe in the ancestors, do your ghost dance. Just trust me, it's time. 4 million estimated getaways. All right, that's just the estimate. That ain't necessarily the case, y'all. Give me a sec, y'all. I'll be right there. Well, now I got to move, y'all. Oh, okay. I don't know how they're gonna get a truck in here, but I got to move. So I'll be right back with you. Don't go nowheres. All right. I just got to move my truck. I do apologize for that. Folks were complaining. Bunch of damn Karens. What do you know? Damn. Right? Moose Man. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, I had to go move the truck because somebody decided to go and lose their mind over me being parked in the back 40, even though they never had that issue before. Apparently, somebody was pissed off because I was in a reserve spot or something. So they went and they called the fucking police. Why the fuck you calling the cops? You know, all you got to do is go inside to the management. Management come out and talk to me, and I'll be more than happy to move. What was you scared because I carry a fucking hog leg, son? I mean, I carry that for my personal protection against motherfuckers that's gonna try to kill me. It has nothing to do whatso fucking ever with me ever gonna go and just pop off a cat. I ain't that kind. Most folks know that. I don't just go shooting willy nilly. It's probably what it were. They've called the cops. They had the fucking cops out there. They had the fucking manager out there. Manager comes over. He's like, brother, you could go and park over here in this other spot. I'll tell them that just alone because obviously you're here all night. I'm at a truck stop. Somewhere's between Denver and El Paso. I'll just leave it at that. Because I shouldn't be giving out my location at the moment. No desk pops. I don't fuck around like that. No, if somebody desk pops around me, I'm gonna haul off on them because that shit might have gone up my ass. I'll get a little bit leery when somebody desk pops. They're scared because I'm a YouTuber and consume Ben and Jerry's. Eric, you too funny, brother. You are way too funny. Yes, OPSEC. That's right. I wouldn't be surprised because if fella that come over and asked me, am I the parking attendant, did not look like it was a man or a woman. I could not tell. That shit gave me pause for a second. I'm within missile range. Moose, you too much. Yeah, I know, Houdini. Just a few more minutes, buddy. Don't worry, I'm gonna let you out. Yes, if y'all didn't know, Houdini is with me. He's back there in the back in his kennel, and he has been a stoic motherfucker this whole time. I'm real proud of him. Don't let it go to your head, dude. Keep up the good work. Uncle. Be careful. Start hitting on Becky and wake up with Bubba. Right? Oh, Lord. That's just wrong. That's too funny. I'm actually a fair ways north of White Sands. If that makes any kind of sense to you, Moose. You could probably narrow it down to within the blast radius of Tsar Bomba, but I ain't giving you no more information than that. Just call it me being careful. Yeah, you're right about that. Turn that off. I don't need it no more. Yeah, too many instances of too many close calls thus far. And that's just between Oregon and here. I ain't even gotten to Texas yet. I think it's a good thing I went and I bought this. Moose, you get a kick out of this. Come here, you heavy bastard.
Yes, sir.
Ouch. This right here is supposed to, at least, protect me from one 30-06 round, one 30-06 AP. No guarantees after that. Not sure what my mission is. No, I'm not sure. Incoming Blaine moment. I'm I'm trying to be safe. I am trying to be safe. That's why I got that in the first place. You know, if shit pops off, I've got it in the back of the truck. Quick hustle and jaunt, you know. Level 4. Matter of fact, y'all get a kick out of that. I finally got my hands on one. Yes, sir. M's level 4s. And boy, is they thick. It's a thick boy right there. It is, what did they call this stuff? Threat level is 4. Ballistic performance warranty period 7 years. It's more than likely this is aluminum ceramide. So that's my front plate. No, that Moose ain't gonna bail me out. Shit. He might fucking come by and say, "Well, you shouldn't have gotten into shit. Now should you?" That's probably about all I get out of the man. I'm just giggling on you. You know better than that. Moose is a good man. He might actually bail me out if I ask. That's why I won't ask. No, because actually, I got another plate for my back plate. Y'all ever seen one of these? That is a level 3 HDPE. Look how many layers is in that motherfucker. That'll stop up to a 308. I've seen them tested, and I know they work. I didn't piss off the moose. I just never ask him for it. Yeah, I would never ask. It's one of them things I just won't. It's a pride thing, brother. To be the guy to have to call in that warranty on. Well, if that warranty ain't no good, then I ain't gonna be around to call it in. Now am I? Yeah. All I know is that after taking a fucking bullet in my calf, I don't want to know what it feels like to take one in the chest. And I can't outrun bullets, Moose. You might be able to, but I can't. Right? Isn't that right, Debs? I know you was joking, damn it. Yeah, I would actually, if it ever came down to it and somebody said, "Let me bail you out," I'd says, "No, let me sit and stew." Hell, my own mama said, "Well, let me get the bail bondsman together and we'll get you out." And I told her no. I says, "No, let me sit and stew," because the reality of it is, one, they got to deal with it. They got to pay for it. And on top of all that, funny as it may sound, it actually looks better in a court of law. Yeah, it's still going to hurt like a sumbitch. Don't get me wrong. You're getting hit with the equivalency of a fucking car. You know? That amount of force is going to do some damage. I guarantee it. Yeah, well, go get your charger then. Uh, right? Smart man. And I know you don't, you ain't one for the body armor and all that, but it's like you says. But when all's said and done, when the bullets are flying, I learned a long ass time ago. There's only a few things that stop bullets, and you don't want to be one of the things that stops a bullet. You know, Eric, I've been in jail about as many times. In fact, exactly as many times in my adult life. One was alcohol related. I was 21 years old and I got shit faced and decided to walk home. And the other one was I tried to save somebody's life. They took it the wrong way and accused me of trying to take it. Shit happens. Yeah, I didn't get a ride home from the policeman. He basically said, look, you can go home if you can stand up and walk away right now. And I said, all right, let me try. And I tried to stand up and I puked all over his boots. And he said, all right, fuck. It's too late now. You're going to jail. It's just one night. I'm not going to be citing you or anything like that, but you are going to spend a night in a drunk tank. Happy birthday. Yeah. It was buy body armor or buy an IFAC. And I can make an IFAC out of a freaking thing of slingshot rubber bands and a ball needle. So in all reality, it's not the best, but in the grand scheme of things, it'll work. You were a waitress at the bar. Well, I ain't got no weed because I can't carry it with me on this trip, but I only got 3 TaylorMades left. I'll roll me one while y'all smoke. And yeah, it does bother me that I couldn't afford an IFAC. Dude, I barely afforded the one plate. To be fair and honest with you. You know, the plastic plates, that'll stop pistol rounds up to an AK, I guess. Hope to God I never have to test it, but you know. But yeah, I could barely afford the front plate, and I put my foot down on that. I was like, you know what? It's either I afford this front plate and be late to the fucking party, or show up there and possibly catch a round. I'd rather show up late to the party. It's not cheap. Holy shit, it's not cheap. Freaking, what was it, $235 per plate. And the whole get up was $309. That'd give you an understanding of how damn cheap the fucking carrier was. I put just the bare minimum into it, what I got right now, because I can always build on it, but you gotta start somewheres. And them plates ain't cheap. IFACs ain't cheap. But I'll tell you what's more expensive than all that. Blood. Hell of a lot more expensive to bleed. I know that from experience. And yeah, I was looking at exactly that, actually. I was looking at about $580 to get a second plate for that thing. No IFAC, no nothing special, nothing else. Just a second plate. And newsflash, you can't fucking find plates right now. They're all going to Ukraine. Ask me how I know. You know what? No, I'll tell you. I was sitting there at the Army surplus, and I says, "Well, I need to buy some plates, and I need to buy some, I need to buy armor, I need to buy IFAC, I need to get a couple of different things because I might be walking into a shit show here." Dude said, "All right, well, it's going to come out to about," and he went and he rung it all up, and he's like, $875 all told. And I said, "Holy fuck, bro, I ain't got that." Tell you what, I got some redneck body armor. I can do it, I guess. Take one of the plates out, take the IFAC off, take the fucking the molly dump pouches off, take the fucking the crisper off, just bare vest and one plate. Hope to God I don't get shot in the back. That ain't gonna do you no good, Devs. There's a reason why I went and I got a 55-gallon drum, one of them blue 55-gallon drums, cut it all down and made it into body armor. That will actually stop a bullet. You put enough layers there. But the steel and copper frying pans, you could just shoot right through them like they weren't even there. That's why, if you're going to be making body armor, I suggest HDP or HEWP. Because I know it's plastic. So is most fucking sets of level 3A and above body armor. Most of it's plastic. There are the metal ones, like what I got, the aluminum ceramide and steel and whatnot, but for the most part, they're all just plastic. The regular old level 3s and the level 3As, those are mostly plastic. It'd blow your mind how well plastic will stop a bullet. I thought sure as shit it was a joke. Straight out, I thought it was a total joke. But lo and behold, I watched a feller put no less than 30 rounds of AK-47 into a plate setup, just like what I've got. Less plates, less layers in the plate, and those bullets did not penetrate through. So, yeah. Eric, you got to stop that, brother. Jesus. Asking women if they made a bra out of it. Well, oh, raunchy. I'm just giving you shit. I don't know. Ceramic tile, yes. Works pretty good. It'll stop pistol calibers. Hell, it'll even stop rifle rounds if you go ceramic tile, steel sheet metal, ceramic tile, and epoxy them all together, and then put a trauma plating pad behind it. 2024 did start out shit. You're absolutely right, Debs. Hell, 2024 ain't the only one that started out shit. That was y'all start out for shit. Mine was 2021, 2020. That's when I caught that bullet in my leg, 2020. And it's still fucking there. And it hurts every time I step down. All right, I can't save you no more. I can't save you no more, Debs. You walked into it. So used to the shit show you sleeping waiters. Sounds about right. I ain't never been the kind to ever want to go and wade through shit, but wouldn't be the first time. Nor would it be the first time that I did it in regular old combat boots. Y'all ain't right. All right, y'all. I done gone over my absolute limit more than 45 minutes, and I gotta go and deal with shit. So, say your lovelies. I'm about to go to sleep here in a minute. I'm gonna go let the deer run around. All right, everybody. This has been Ye Old Guardsman and I have been your host here in the old rant and freedom forum. Y'all hang loose. Have a good time. I will catch you on the flip side. And hopefully things turn out for the best and I don't have to test you on armor. Much love. God bless y'all. I'm out.